how's it going? I'm back with a Mr. Nightmare video for you guys today. I'm hoping not to make this too long. I don't know if I said it. Welcome back to Damian. Don't remember if I said that in the past like 6 seconds. 3 horrifying true Facebook Marketplace horror stories. I've never bought anything from Facebook Marketplace, although I think people have suggested to me to do so. And I'm just like, no, I'm good. I'd rather go on like, I don't really buy anything that anybody sells, to be honest, so I don't really know, to be quite honest with you guys. Anyways, we're going to start this now. So again, 3 horrifying true Facebook Marketplace horror stories. Again, I've never bought anything, but even if you buy something off Kijiji, Marketplace, whatever the thing may be careful. I always buy from like a store, Amazon, like I buy from something that's more trusted and more like legit. So I know I'm not just going to spend $500 and get nothing in the mail, you know what I mean? Or, you know, $1,500 and yeah, 2017 car for $1,500. I don't even care how many miles is on it. $1,500 for a car, that's just not going to happen. Like 600, I don't know if that's, I don't know if these prices are actually accurate because I don't know Marketplace. I don't know vehicles. But I'm assuming for a 2017 car you can't, 2017 car for $500? Like this seems more legit. 1999 car for $800. Maybe that sounds accurate, but I don't know cars. But pretty sure car prices are not this cheap, even if the miles are like really high, or kilometers, because again we're kilometers. So I have no idea how much 193,000 miles is, but that's still crazy. But you guys can let me know if I'm stupid or if I'm just totally off. But anyways, Marketplace horror stories. Let's go. But again, be careful wherever you're buying from, wherever you're buying from, because you can't trust anybody nowadays. Noah C. I should probably get comfortable. This chair's not comfortable.
I moved out of my parents' house and into my own apartment. I had a lot of junk and stuff that I needed to get rid of.
This looks like my room, except a lot more food and cups and ginger ale bottles and Taco Bell and shit like that.
I liked Craigslist because I always found it sketchy, especially after hearing so many stories about it. So I listed a lot of my things on Facebook Marketplace.
Which also
things that wouldn't fit in my apartment and that my dad wanted out of the house. My weight set, some old childhood toys, book sets, and a whole bunch of other things. The weight set was what I listed for the most money. It had a barbell, a plate tree stand, and a bunch of plates. I was selling it for $340, which I thought wasn't a bad deal.
How much did you get it for? I mean, it depends how much you got it for. And obviously you would like lessen the price because like you used it, I'm assuming, unless it's like brand new and mint condition, and I guess you could sell it for the same price if you just don't want it anymore.
Amazingly, I wasn't getting many bites. I'd have some people here and there message asking if it's still available, and then never message me again about it. Until a few days after posting it, a guy named Joe messaged me showing interest. His profile picture was pretty grainy, but it was a guy with a fishing hat on holding up a fish. His account info was private. I couldn't see how many friends he had or anything, only that we had 3 mutuals. All 3 of them were girls from my town.
Okay.
The guy's last name was also the last name of a Joe I knew from my town who used to date a girl I was somewhat friendly with, so I right away assumed it was him, especially since I knew that guy liked to fish. After telling him it's still available, he said, "Great, when can I pick it up?" I was pleasantly surprised he didn't try to haggle the price down at all. I said I'm available any night after 7. He said he could come by tonight around 11 p.m. after work. I said that's fine. A little late in my opinion, but if that's what worked for his schedule, it worked for me.
I feel like the later it is at nighttime, the more sketchy it is. Like even after 7 p.m. in the winter, it's already dark at 7 p.m. But I feel like nothing good ever happens at nighttime. Not like nothing good happens in the daytime either. But I feel like it's just safer in the daytime, generally. 11 p.m. No, I actually have a little, not a strong experience with 11 p.m. But something happened at work at 11 p.m. that I'm not really liking. So just hearing 11 p.m. I'm like, nope, that time does not sit well with me.
I then decided to just be a little friendly and say, "Hey, you used to date Gina, right?" I saw the typing indicator in the chat for a second, but then it went away and he didn't reply. Not for a couple minutes. Then he said yes. I thought it was a little strange, the random pause, but it could have been anything. Maybe he thought it was weird I brought it up, so I just said I knew I recognized your name, LOL. He read the message and didn't respond for half an hour. Then I got a message back from him saying, "Yeah, LOL. Can you send me your address and I'll let you know when I'm coming?" So I sent him my address. He read it.
That's the thing. That's the thing about Facebook. Like, send me your address. No, thank you. I don't want no one to know my address. Mm-mm. Even like when you're like hooking up with someone from like Tinder or like whatever dating app you're from, if you want to like hook up with someone, whether it's a date or like actual hookup, then it's like you have to be careful because like you don't know who's coming to your house. That's why I always gotta. This is like a random thing. Always make sure that along like whenever you meet anybody online, I don't care if it's dating, I don't care if it's for what I just mentioned, like hookup or whatever it may be, or meeting a friend for the first time, best friend for the first time, an online friend. Like make sure that you see their face, make sure that you video call, make sure that you actually see their face, hear their voice, make sure you know who they are. Don't just assume it's the super cute girl or super cute guy that you know, I don't know, and then you just meet up and then it's some like 75-year-old woman or man. Like make sure that you know who you're meeting up with. That's the main thing. And then if you say my camera's broken, okay, block because your camera's not broken. It could be, but if you keep coming up with excuses even after the first time, you're gone.
And didn't respond for many hours. By the time I got home from work, it was around 6. I went to the gym and got back around 7:30, the whole time waiting for some kind of acknowledgement from Joe. And then he finally messaged back asking for my number. I gave it to him, and seconds later, I got a text from a number with our area code. I have an iPhone, and when I texted him back, it was green. I sometimes will find that to be a red flag and possibly scams, because most people I know have iPhones. But I wasn't thinking that way with this, because I knew this guy already. He said he'd be over in a few hours, and so I continued about my business. It was now around 11 o'clock, and I was waiting patiently for his text or call. I sent a follow-up saying, "Let me know when you're coming." It was around 11:30 that he texted me, "I'm here, come out." I looked out the front window of my apartment, and I saw a dark-colored car out front in the street. I tried calling him so I could tell him that I'd need help bringing the weights outside. He rejected my call, and then he texted again, "Yo, come out." I texted back, "I see you. You can come in. I just need help with the weights. There's a lot of them."
Yo, come out. No. Mm-mm. See, that's where you're about to get kidnapped, bro. Like, no. There's gonna be like 4 other guys in the car or 4 other guys hiding in a bush near you. You're gonna come outside, they're gonna attack you, and then you're robbed. And then they're probably gonna go in your house.
He texted back, "Nah, gotta see if you're straight first." I had to process what the hell that even meant for a second.
Yeah, when like straight isn't like I like girls, or what do you mean straight? Or like people make sure that you're straight as in like, are you good? I know that's what people mean by like, are you straight? Or like, no, I'm straight. Like as in like, I'm good, sort of thing. I don't know why that means that, but it just does. From what I hear and from what I understand.
All I knew was this did not seem like the way this white as hell fishing dude would be texting. I tried calling one more time, and he denied the call again. Now I was suspicious. I decided to text that girl Gina, along with the mutual friends I had with Joe on Facebook.
Now you're doing that.
The first one to text back was this girl Angela, who said, "OMG, that's a catfish, someone's pretending to be him." When I asked why she added it, she said it must have been a different name when it added her. I looked out the window again, and the car was still there. Someone was about to do something bad to me. I wasn't sure what, or who, or why. I had no way to contact the real Joe because he didn't seem to have any actual social media profiles. Not public, at least. I kept the door shut and locked and didn't respond any further. I turned off the light in the living room and kinked the blind just a bit. And I swear on my life, there was a guy hiding behind one of the bushes in front of the house.
Told you.
I watched until the car outside honked its horn. And then I saw the guy in the bushes run to the car, and then the car sped off.
Told ya. I freaking knew it. I knew someone was gonna be in the bush. Yo, come out. No. No.
Missing that, I didn't feel relief. I felt gut-wrenching fear, not only of what I just narrowly avoided, but the fact that those people now had my address. The Facebook profile was deleted the next day, after a bunch of people reported it, though I think the people who made the account deleted it or deactivated it themselves. Joe himself confirmed he had nothing to do with any of that, and that someone must have been using his pictures and name to try and scam people in the area. Though I'm not so sure it was someone trying to scam random people, because days later I got this threatening text. "Hey yo bitch, watch your back. We know where you live. Keep trying to talk to my girl, see what happens, man. We'll fuck you up right outside your crib. Sleep with one eye open, pussy, we watching."
Damn. Jeez. That we know where you live. Not I, we know. Who's your girl? Like, what?
I brought this to the police, but it was such a low priority report to them that I doubt they ever even looked into it. I have no reason to lie when I say I haven't tried talking to anyone's girl in the slightest. At the time of this incident, I had been seeing a girl pretty much exclusively. I think it's connected. I don't know who it is. I don't know what they were going to do to me if I opened the door. But unfortunately, I've had to live in slight fear in my new apartment ever since moving here. Fortunately, I haven't gotten any more threatening or random texts, but I still pretty much always check outside my windows first before leaving the apartment at night.
That's terrifying. All you were trying to do is sell something, and then all that comes out of it. You know what I mean? That's just fuck. That's terrifying, bro. Fuck.
It had to be 2018. I was selling this old pinball machine that we had from our childhood. It wasn't some crazy arcade level pinball machine that would cost thousands of dollars, but it was definitely worth a few $100. It had been sitting in my parents' attic for the longest time, so I wanted to sell it before one of my sisters had the same idea. I didn't really want anyone to know about this because then I'd have to split the money, so I chose to list it when my family was away on a trip that I couldn't go on due to work. I'm a bit of a sneak,
Smart.
I know, but you gotta do what you gotta do. My parents' house is on the really nice side of town,
Wow.
but not in a gated community. I put the pinball machine up on Facebook Marketplace for $200.
It's an amazing
The next
house.
day, I got a message from some account with no profile picture with the name Jack.
Damn, $4,000, $3,000. Damn.
The next day, I got a message from some account with no profile picture with the name Jasmine, expressing interest in the pinball machine. They offered $175. I agreed to that number. We set up a time for when she would come, but when that time came, she never showed up. She messaged me saying, I'll be there soon. It was getting late now, and I had work the next day. I asked her if she would be here by 11 the latest. She said 11:30. I asked if we could do this tomorrow instead, but she said she's already on her way.
I hate, like, again, 11:30, bro. Why? Why this time? Come in the fucking daytime. I swear, anytime someone wants to buy something at nighttime, like, yes, it could be a legitimate excuse, but just wait till the day you're off then. Like, you don't work every day, and I'm pretty sure you don't work every day, so come on a day you're off. Come on a day that you finish work early. You're not coming at 11 p.m. Nope.
So I just stayed up a little later waiting. 11:45 rolls around, and she finally tells me that she's here. I went to the front door and saw there was a car out front. What I wasn't expecting was to see all 4 doors of the car opening, and 4 people stepping out. 1 girl and 3 guys. I messaged her, are you here with people? At this point, she wasn't answering her messages anymore.
No, I shouldn't have.
I watched as the 4 people approached my door. I kept the storm door locked. These 3 guys looked kind of big, and all 4 of these people looked like trouble. As they got close enough, I said, are you Jasmine? She said through the door, yeah. I said I can't let all of you guys in my house. My parents are asleep. Obviously lying. Jasmine, or so she claimed her name was, tried opening the door yelling, what are you talking about? As she saw it was locked, she started knocking on the glass. I decided it was best to shut the front door at this point. I heard their voices yelling outside for a while and the doorbell ringing. I heard one of the guys, or maybe even multiple of them, yelling obscenities and insults at me through the 2 doors, making me only gladder I didn't let them in. These were not the kinds of people I wanted in my parents' house, especially when I'm alone. I realized this whole thing was an awful idea when I heard their voices laughing and yelling on the front stoop for like 10 minutes after I shut the door. I looked out my little brother's bedroom window upstairs, which is directly above the driveway, and I saw one of the guys pissing in the empty driveway. No cars in the driveway was not a good look. The girl yelled something directed at me as they finally started to walk away, but I didn't hear what it was. I just thanked the Lord when they drove away, and I went upstairs to go to sleep.
Yeah, you still know where you live. Again, hence why you don't let people... Yeah, not gonna lie. There has been a few times where I've wanted, like, a hookup to come to my house, and I'm kind of like, you know what? Like, watching these stories makes you be like, no, I'm good.
I was having trouble sleeping that night, though, thinking of the interaction.
Yeah, of course.
So, fully awake, a couple of hours after climbing into bed, I heard a crash from downstairs. It was unmistakably the sound of a window being shattered. I sprang up, but right before sprinting to make sure the bedroom door was locked, I stopped myself and instead quietly got out of bed and tiptoed to the door. I had already locked it. I tiptoed back to my bed and had my phone in hand, ready to call 911.
Call him
For
already.
some stupid reason, I was waiting till I heard any other kind of sounds before dialing, and eventually, I heard the sound I needed to hear. Footsteps rapidly coming upstairs. I dialed 911 as I felt like throwing up. The footsteps outside the room didn't even sound like they were trying to be quiet. I whispered the entire time I was on the line with the dispatcher. Time was moving in reverse. I hid literally under my bed as I listened to people ransacking the house. In reality, they were in and out in less than 5 minutes, way before the police actually showed up. The backyard window was shattered. Things were stolen from just about each room.
Oh shit.
Ironically, the pinball machine wasn't taken. What happened from there was I got a police report number. I made an appointment to see a couple detectives at the police station and shared with them all the details I had, including the Facebook account of the Jasmine girl. I fabricated the story a bit, saying someone in the house threatened me. My reasoning for this was I felt that this case would actually be taken seriously if I claimed I was threatened. To my surprise, they did take this seriously. The detectives apparently gathered the necessary data of the Facebook account in question to track this Jasmine girl, who lived a few towns over, in a less than desirable area, and with a search warrant, they searched her house and found multiple belongings stolen from my parents' house.
Wow.
She ratted out the 3 men who accompanied her, and they were all charged with burglary.
Damn.
I think most of the stuff that was stolen was recovered. I'm sure there were some things that I wasn't aware of that were stolen that were never returned, but to this day it hasn't come up, so it's fine. I think by me claiming I was verbally threatened may have definitely helped make the detectives take this more seriously, but I could be wrong. My family was of course livid at first, but came to be understanding about it in the end.
That's also the thing when it's not even your own house, because this is obviously like my parents' house, so like to invite someone over that you don't really know, like if it's like a best friend or friend that you obviously know for a while, then it's like no big deal, that's obviously fine, that's normal, but like, or someone from work or school, like, you know what I mean, that makes more sense, but just like a random, like a hookup or a date or something, or just an online friend that you have that you want to come over, like anything like that, it's just like, please be careful. Because this is about Facebook Marketplace stories, but this is just about anyone giving anybody your address. It's just, no. It's just a huge no-no. Natty Matt?
I was searching Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace for a new phone. This was a long time ago, so it had to be like an iPhone 7 or something. Phones still had the home buttons back then. I found this listing for a phone. It was some generic looking post. iPhone whatever for sale, new around $300. It was a really, really good deal for the time, that I remember.
Okay.
He told me all the small details I needed to know, that it was factory unlocked, never opened, and stuff like that. He sent me a video of the box too, still sealed. The guy, whose name was Melvin, seemed nice and easy to talk to over text. I got his number and we discussed a pickup point. His location on the Facebook ad was much closer to me, but over text he was telling me he was only there this morning, and now he went about an hour north. I wasn't happy about this, but this was a really good deal and I didn't want to pass it up. I started asking a bunch of friends if they'd want to come on an adventure with me. Really just a way of making the chore of accompanying me for an hour drive seem fun.
Yeah.
My friend Martina actually agreed to come with, on the promise that I buy her food for coming. So this Melvin guy sent me the address of a police precinct about an hour away, saying he only does deals in police precinct parking lots to avoid scams. I obviously had no problem with this. In fact, it made me feel a little more confident in this whole thing.
Yeah, that would make me feel safer, so okay, that's good.
I picked up Martina on the way around 8:30 at night, and off we went. She being in the car and having someone to talk to made the trip more fun. It was also a Friday night, so afterwards we could go out and do whatever we wanted. When I got off the highway, we were about 10 minutes away, and we found ourselves in a very secluded, quiet area. It seemed like a lot of different wooded areas. Occasional buildings and houses, and then more woods. We got to the police precinct, and there was no one visibly parked in the parking lot, besides empty police cars, of course. We drove around the whole building a couple times and didn't see this Melvin guy, who said he was in a black Altima. So I decided to call him. He picked up and said he's having issues with his car on the side of the road, and asked if I could come to him. He sent his location, and I checked it. He was on the side of some random road with nothing on either side.
There it is, guys. There it is. This is what I hate, because then it's like, at that point, it's like, what? I'm assuming it's already nighttime. And yeah, it was a Friday night. So it's already nighttime once again, of course, because nothing good happens in the nighttime. And of course, he's stuck on the side of the road. Stuck on the side of the road. In the middle of nowhere with nothing on either side. Oh, that's not sus at all. Even in the fucking daytime, that's kind of sus. Like, it's a daylight, yes, but like... And I'd feel a lot safer, yes, but at nighttime, you're funny. You are funny. Plus, how far away is it? Someone's breaking my door. My cat. Hi.
And by nothing, I mean woods. That's the kind of area we were in. He asked me to come help him jump his car. He had jumper cables.
No.
I said, yeah, I guess I could do that. I mean, we drove the hour to get there. I didn't want to just drive another hour for nothing. Martina was shaking her head the whole time I was on the phone. The guy said, see you soon, and hung up. Martina then basically screamed, no way, this is sketchy, we're going home.
Facts.
I told her we'll just drive past the location he sent and see what's up. I did agree with her, though. This seemed incredibly sketchy.
Yeah.
I just was very upset if we drove 2 hours for nothing.
That's true.
We did drive to the location, and when we got to it, we saw the reflection of a car's front lights coming up on the pitch-black road we found ourselves on. As we got closer, I slowed down, and it was in fact a black car, but we couldn't see anyone inside or outside of it. Mind you, it was very dark, but I feel like we would have seen someone's head on the inside or something. Martina said to just keep driving, and I said I know. It was about the sketchiest thing I'd ever seen. A pitch-black road between two patches of woods. No streetlights, no other cars in sight. A pretty convenient place to break down and have someone who's coming with a wad of cash to buy something from you come and meet.
Right?
I drove right past it. Immediately, Melvin starts calling me over and over. I ignored every single call. Then he texted me saying, I saw you just pass me, why didn't you stop? Turn around. Ignored. Martina is a very positive person, so she laughed about this whole situation, and then said, okay, you owe me food. So I looked up the nearest diner, and we stopped there for some food. It was a quiet, small diner. We were just about the only people in there, even on a Friday night. The waitress just took our coffee order, when a lone guy with his hood up steps into the diner and sits in one of the bar stools.
The guy followed you. Oh my god.
He was wearing a navy blue, dirty-looking hoodie. He glanced over to Martina and I, then looked straight ahead, talking to the lady working behind the counter, apparently ordering a coffee.
Mm-hmm.
The man kept glancing at our table like every minute, so I whispered to Martina, don't look now, but that guy at the counter might be the Melvin guy. The waitress came with our coffees, asked if we were ready to order. I said a few minutes, please. When the lady behind the counter handed that man his coffee, he said loud and clear, thank you, darling. It was that guy from the phone's voice, Melvin or whatever his real name was.
Oh, you didn't see him pulling up behind you at all? Nothing at all? Okay.
I told Martina that's him. We need to pay the check and leave. I waved the server over and whispered to her if we can just get the check. She asked if something's wrong, and I noticed the guy look over as I said this. I said yes, we just needed some coffee for the road. So she got the check, I paid, we downed our coffees, and left the building. We got in my car, and Martina said, oh my god, he's getting up. I looked into the diner and saw that guy leaving towards the door.
Fuck.
As quickly as possible, I drove us out of that parking lot and sped down the road.
Call
And
it.
yes, we noticed a black car in the parking lot that could have been the one that we saw on the side of the road.
Call the police now.
I was driving too fast for him to have caught up. We got back on the highway and I was flying for a while, until I got a low tire pressure light come on. I knew instantly he slashed my tire. The PSI was going down fast, so to avoid damage, I pulled to the side of the highway and parked it. I went out to confirm that my tire was slashed. I had to replace the tire with the spare, which took about 15 minutes. The whole thing was a disaster, and if you're wondering, yes, I still got Martina dinner that night. Now Martina and I look at it as a crazy story that we can look back on and tell people. It's absolutely horrifying, though, how close we were to walking into a trap.
Guys, I love watching horror stories, but each time I do, I just get fucking terrified and more each time. Hearing him read that text message in that first story is too funny. The guy in the second story was such an idiot for not calling the police while those four were inside his house. Exactly. Exactly, yeah, call while they were already outside the first time. And to sell that pen machine for under $200, GG. Guy in the first try is wild. Sure, he gives his number and address to randos, but what kind of actual human person walks around thinking Android equals scammer? That made me laugh so hard. It was so messed up. Dude tried to sell his family's belongings while they were on vacation. They got the house broken into and robbed. I think we all agree that news story. Okay, yes. So, who the fuck lets someone into their home after 11 p.m.? Exactly, why 11 p.m.? Come at 4 p.m., 5 p.m., but freaking better yet, 11 a.m. How's that? The second story, my phone's about to die, or my camera's about to die, so 1 second, I'll just sit here real quick. Okay, we are good. First, you decide to sell something that belongs to your parents without asking first. Have this girl that has no profile picture come over to where you live on the nice side of town when nobody is home, without asking first, doesn't call the police until they broke in, they steal stuff, and you don't even tell your parents? I'll be livid as a parent. Yep, they said they were livid. Yeah. It's crazy that I've been listening to your story since I was a teenager. I'm 25 now. They gave Mr. Nemo for always helping me during hard times. Honestly, yeah, I relate. My friend introduced me to Mr. Nemo when I was like 16 years old, and I'm 24, so damn. The last story was the most interesting, in my opinion. It's a good thing that Matt brought Martino with him for that experience and that he already had a spare tire. I don't understand why some people on the internet want to harm innocent people who have never previously done them wrong. I've used Facebook Marketplace for the first time in my life in 2023 on 3 separate occasions for getting rid of 3 separate items. For getting rid of 3 items, and thankfully nothing went wrong or dangerous. That's true. Some people just want sick throws. I'm glad the friends in story 3 made it out of the situation alive and unharmed. That's real friendship right there. The insecure robber in the first story sounded like an idiot. Not only did he contact a guy with weights, which no robbers would bother because it usually means there's a strong-muscled man, and then incriminated himself by saying, "Don't call my girl," which, if the girl is contacted, she could possibly give a clue to who the guy was. Why would you leave a safe place inside a diner? The waitress could have called the cops for you in the back room, and I knew that guy slashed his tires. Like, what the fuck? I honestly never thought of that. Never thought of that at all. But honestly, yeah, like, I know I didn't mention it, so guys, I was going to say liar, like you're just saying that because someone said it in a comment, but no, honestly, the fact that you leave the diner a safe place, but you can't really do anything, there's cameras, there's people around. If you go outside at nighttime, it's Friday night, everyone should be outside, but if it's in this secluded area, then it's like, what are you going to do? Again, like, plus what if he did something, then the cops could have came, the guy's already there, all you gotta say to the cops is like, please don't have sirens on or anything, please don't indicate that the police are coming. Then once the police car pulls in, then you can't leave. Then just say, yep, that's the guy. Yeah, you know what I mean? Maybe it would be a bit, like, uncalled for to call the cops, but it's like he already did kind of follow you. Why stop in town at a place you don't know? I'd have driven closer to home before stopping to eat. Well, either way, he would have followed you home. I would have gone straight home. Yeah, but then the guy would have followed you. And if that guy followed you directly home, and calling the police would be futile, considering cops take like a million hours to arrive on urgent calls. What would you do? Exactly. Bro, nah, the police will help with a broken down car. My ass would have gone in the police station and asked for an escort to help the guy. That's true, yeah. That's pretty smart too. Like, bring a cop with you. I don't think they can just go with you, but like, bring a cop with you. So many bad decisions, it almost sounded like a bad horror movie. Whole situation could have been avoided. Oops, forgot the rule, you can't attack someone in an empty diner. These stories aren't real. Well, I hope they're not real. But if they say true, and I wouldn't be surprised. Ugh. Okay, well, guys, there's 3 horrifying true Facebook Marketplace horror stories. That was terrifying, not gonna lie. Here's, of course, another 30-minute video for a 17-minute video. I was talk too much. But at least I give my insight and I give my feedback, which is good. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Please be safe out there. I don't know if you guys are one of these people in these videos, but if you guys are, bye. But, yeah, be careful, guys. Be careful, whatever you saw, whoever you let in, friends, hookups, whatever you guys do. I keep saying hookups because that's what I do. So, meeting friends online, whatever it may be, please be careful meeting anybody because like, you just don't know who you're meeting, especially for the first time. Even if you meet someone 1 or 2 times, you never know what kind of intentions they may have. So be careful, please be careful, because you just don't know people. again, I've had a bunch of like hookups and meetups, and they've been all fine. They basically been all fine. Not having had one single bad meetup, and I'm really thankful for that, because again, typically I do meet at nighttime too, which kind of disregards everything I just said. Why meeting up at nighttime? I do that, but I try to do it in a more careful setting, and I try to be careful. I tell my friends where I'm going in case I get murdered or whatever, which that's obviously good. Like, yeah, my friend bitches me out when I don't tell her the address of someone I'm going to. She bitches me out, which makes sense, because then I could fucking die, and then boom, they don't even know the killer. So please be safe, please be careful, and this makes me consider meeting up with someone. It's currently at least morning for me right now, which means that I can hopefully safely meet up somebody. But again, bad things happen in the daytime too. So, but I've already met a bunch of people. I met someone at 3 in the morning. I met someone at 3 in the morning in an empty parking lot, which, thinking on that now after listening to this story, I'm like, fuck, I was so stupid. Well, at least me and the guy spoke for like a month, but yeah, I was like 3 in the morning in an empty mall parking lot. Probably wasn't the smartest idea either. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. Please be safe. Please make smarter decisions than I do, at least. And I'll see you guys in this video. Deuces. Peace. Thanks for tuning in to me next.